It's the 19th of December 2022 and the three of us are now on starting the Wollemi Creek circuit walk, going down Crawfords Lookout and coming out Wollemi Creek over a very cruisy 5 days, and the weather is perfect for the 5 days. Cool, no rain and not too hot, even though it is summer.
Okay, so right now we're at the turn-off point to Crawfords Lookout. We just spent a little bit of time walking through the four-wheel drive track. So yeah, we're just heading this way now to Crawfords Lookout. Okay, so as you can see, the track is significantly overgrown. This is because there were quite a lot of bushfires that tore through the Wollemi National Park back in November 2019. And then COVID hit, so people weren't walking on these tracks to sort of maintain them once the regrowth started. And then with all the flooding Australia's had in the last few years, yeah, it's just crazy. So as you can see, it's quite overgrown, so we're just bashing our way, trying to clear as much of the path as we can to Crawfords Lookout. But it's going to be at least a couple of hours until we can get there.
We're on our way now to Crawfords Lookout, and this is where Ben did a favour for us. He cleared the track. On your Ben, that was last week. Brilliant. We're going from Coral Rock Car Park down to Crawfords Lookout, and then from Crawfords Lookout down to Wollemi Creek, then walking down to the junction with the KPT River, which then becomes the Colo, then walking down the Colo past the Crack, otherwise known as past 6, down to where Wollemi Creek comes in, and we're going up Wollemi Ridge back to the car. So it's just a really beautiful circuit in an amazing sandstone canyon.
As you can see, it is very overgrown in some areas of the track. Okay, so it is lunchtime on day one. And I thought I'd show you the kinds of foods I have for lunch on a longer trek. So basically one of the staples is just wraps. They're quick, easy, convenient, delicious, and filling. And usually with that I have either peanut butter, or today I'm having sausage that doesn't need refrigeration, as well as good old Kraft cheese. And so basically I have about 83 grams of that per day. And yeah, just on the wrap, and it's quite delicious. We're almost at Crawfords Lookout. I can see the river just down there. Just negotiating these rock falls. And just there is Crawfords Lookout. Okay, so we made it to Crawfords Lookout, and Wollemi Creek is just down there, and we're about to climb down. And
it's a giant amphitheatre, absolutely amazing. The regrowth after the fires has been sensational, and not only that, the flood that went down the river is so obvious here. That big sandy area from the 16-metre flood, absolutely incredible what it's done. It's like a vacuum cleaner. First part of the descent onto the river, this first little ledge where you do a bit of pack hauling. That's it, Leo. You've got the reach that I don't have. Well done.
Okay, so we're just having a break on this lookout. Okay, so we are almost on the river after climbing down Crawfords Lookout. Yeah, it was a bit difficult because it was overgrown, lots of leaf litter, which made it very slippery going. But we're almost on the river now. It's about 5 o'clock. Okay, and up there is Crawfords Lookout, where we were before.
Oh mon Dieu.
Oh, it's quite deep and quicksandy. Okay, so this is where we're camping tonight, on this sand bank. The Crawfords Lookout's just up there. So we've got a nice sand bank, place for a fire. The river's close by, so we can get water, go for a swim. And we're just going to put our tent up here. There's also a cave up there with an overhang in case it gets rainy tonight or something, but it's not meant to. So yeah, just going to go now and get some water because we're very thirsty. So this is the campsite tonight. We've got the view of Crawfords Lookout. Okay, so it is the end of day one. Today was a bit of a struggle. I think mostly due to sleep deprivation because we watched the World Cup, so we were up from 2 AM today. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. It was quite a long drive to get into the Wollemi National Park to the start of this hike, including about an hour on a 4-wheel drive trail. So by the time we started the hike, it was already quite late in the day, and it took us to about 5 o'clock to reach the campsite. And a lot of the track was just extremely overgrown, so it takes a lot of physical effort to like clear the track as you're going with a 5-day pack. We had quite a lot of food and a little bit of water because we knew we were going to get to the river, but yeah, we still had to carry a day's worth of water. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. I was quite fatigued by the time we got here just from lack of sleep. And yeah, just the amount of clearing that we had to do in order to get down here. And it was also very difficult because despite towards the end when we were really getting tired, it was quite steep and slippery because leaves had fallen all over the track and you just kept slipping and you didn't want to like lose the concentration for a moment and then slip to your death. So even though you're really tired, we had to just keep focus. So yeah, today was really tough, I think mainly because of that. So yeah, we're camping in a beautiful sandbank tonight. We've got the fire going, so I'm looking forward to cooking a delicious meal. Yeah, and tomorrow we're heading up to my cave, which is my favorite place in the world. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. So signing off. My question to you is, how did you find day one of our 5-day exploratory hike?
So first, my name is Leo. So I'm an adventurer, that's the best way I could describe it. Or a prisoner like in a torture prison, but this one we're going to finish it in 5 days if nobody finds my corpse. Anyway, interesting day. We saw that our guide was a little bit lost at one moment, and the issue is like when you are literally like next to a cliff, it's it's the moment that you really realize that damn, maybe we should have thought about it a little bit more. But no, like pretty much fine, you find his way. It took a bit more time, mainly because everything had overgrown. Typically, like at the top, really like you can see like the trail, but it was more difficult. On the cliff, it's like more open, I would say, because like you have less vegetation that can grow, so that's easier. But you need to find your way. But it's great because we have one of our friends, Ben, that came here last week, so he put some, you know, like indication to where to go. So that's really great from him to do that. And so it's really nice tonight to maybe to swim tomorrow morning, but because we were a bit late for swimming tonight, it was a bit cold. But nice spot, and let's enjoy some food.
What was the most difficult moment for you today?
Last part, like we were tired, watched the World Cup. Then you have the knee that starts, you know, and then this is where you start to make mistakes, and the issue is like you are next to a cliff, so it can be really dangerous. That's the moment was like, yeah, towards the end, you know that it's going to be the time to stop.
What do you think of the campsite tonight?
Magnificent, really beautiful view from the Australian National Park, and yeah, we also like the birds singing. I mean, not anymore, but they were like two minutes ago.
Today was a bit of an adventure because I thought on the way in we get stuck in the mud bogs, but they were completely dry, so which is a wonderful thing for us, and it meant we go further in. And the way in, I was a bit dubious about the track because of all the overgrowth, but we managed to get through it all quite easily. And it took us about 6 hours to get down, which is probably normal for when the overgrowth is here. And before the track's already established by people coming in. So yeah, it's been a great day. It's a beautiful campsite. It's been seriously modified by the 16-metre flood that went through a couple of months ago. The change is catastrophic.
Are we going to get washed away tonight in our sleep?
Oh God, no. There's no rain.
Okay, so the wind just picked up and that fire is really hot now. So yeah, I'm just showing, I thought I'd show you what I have for a night meal on a hike. So basically I have some macaroni in here, 100 grams per person. And then, so this is more like a spaghetti, I guess, mix. And so then I dehydrated pasta sauce in a dehydrator, about 10 hours at 70 degrees, and then put it in a blender to blend it into a powder. That's added in here, along with garlic powder and onion powder, Italian herbs and oregano. And there's also dehydrated mushrooms and capsicum. And then once I'm going to soak that for like half an hour in the billy with some water before we actually want dinner. So then it doesn't take as long I don't use as much gas to cook the meal. And then also I'm going to mix in for some proteins, just some tomato and onion tuna as well. So that's what we have. And normally I would put this in, this fire is really hot. Normally I would put this in like some kind of vacuum seal bag, but because I prepared these ingredients freshly and we're only doing a 5-day hike, I thought this would be okay. And this chair, normally I have my Helinox chair, but I figured I'd sink into the sand, so I've got this Coleman contraption, so yeah, but anyway. It's okay, so yeah. So we're going to enjoy dinner tonight because we're both starving, so yeah. Okay, bye-bye.